There are some homes in Austin that you really should think twice about buying. I'm not saying you can't buy them, but I am saying you need to know what you're getting into. Today, I'm breaking down 5 types of homes that might look great on paper, but could cause major regret down the road. And stick around to the end because there's a bonus tip that I'm sharing as a personal experience situation as a caregiver that I think a lot of buyers overlook. I'm Shannon Green, a local realtor here in Austin, and today I'm getting straight to it. These are the kind of homes I caution my clients about all the time, so let's break it down. Number 1 is homes built on expansive clay soil without proper foundation. Central Texas has a soil problem, more specifically expansive clay. This stuff expands when it rains and contracts when it dries out. That constant movement, that can wreak havoc on a foundation if it wasn't done properly. Some of the worst areas for this in Austin are on the east of I-35, some in central, and a little bit in south. If the homes don't have piers, post tension cables, or some sort of reinforcement built in, you could be dealing with hairline cracks or worse. According to the American Society of Civil Engineers, damage from expansive soil causes more than $15 billion in property damage every year, more than floods, earthquakes, hurricanes, and tornadoes combined. Here's the deal. Foundation issues don't mean you always walk away, but you need to know what kind of soil you're working with and whether the foundation is doing its job. And yes, get the inspection, even on a newer home. Are you thinking about relocating to Austin and the surrounding areas? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide. This will save you hours of research, and I've linked it down below. From top employers, best hospitals, and a boatload of other things you might need to know, this guide will assist you in making your move to Austin. The best part is it's 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. I hope that helps. Number 2 on the list is houses in flood zones without proper drainage or flood insurance. Let me be blunt, Austin floods. It doesn't happen every time it rains, but when it does, it can get bad fast. And not just in places you'd expect. Some places that look totally normal on a sunny day are actually sitting in FEMA designated floodplains. The city of Austin estimates over 4,000 structures are located in areas with a 1% chance of flooding. That's what we call a 100-year floodplain. I know of a buyer that fell in love with a home in South Austin. It checked every box until we pulled the floodplain map. It turned out the house had flooded twice in the past 10 years. And the seller had added French drains and a sump pump just to keep water from pooling around the foundation. They were still considering it until they talked to the insurance agent. That quote, over $3,000 a year. And that was before any future premium hikes. It was a huge wake-up call. The takeaway, even though a home looks perfect, always check the floodplain maps. Ask about drainage, and if you can, walk around the house after a rain. I get it, we don't get a lot of rain here, so it might be hard to do, but if you have the chance, do it. Water is sneaky and expensive. The 3rd type of home that I wouldn't buy myself, historic homes that haven't been updated in decades. I get the appeal. Historic homes have character. They have crown molding, they have the original hardwood floors, vintage tile, and usually a 50-year-old HVAC and knob and tube wiring. The charm is real, but so are the costs. Some of these homes haven't been touched in decades, and what they need isn't just cosmetic. We're talking electrical, plumbing, insulation, sometimes asbestos or lead paint remediation. That stuff adds up fast. I once toured a home in Hyde Park with a couple who were head over heels for the curb appeal. But once we got inside, original windows that didn't close, an old HVAC, and a bathroom layout so odd, we actually had to duck under a slanted ceiling just to get to the toilet. They still loved it. But when we got the repair estimates and layered in what the city required for permits and updates, it just wasn't the right fit anymore. And they were glad they figured that out before they were in over their heads. So yes, buy the bungalow if you love it, but go into it with eyes wide open. You need a thorough inspection, a realistic renovation budget, and honestly, a good sense of humor. Hey guys, Shannon Green here, and as much as I love making these videos, there's one thing I love more. That's helping families like you make the move here to Austin, Texas. I've helped countless families make the move, so whether you're coming out next week, next month, or next year, please don't hesitate to reach out. My contact information is right here on the screen and linked in the description in case you missed that on-screen pop-up. And I look forward to helping you and your family make the move to Austin. Number 4 on the list is something I see quite often: unpermitted renovations or garage conversions. If you're buying a home in Austin and you see a beautifully finished garage, an extra bathroom, or a second kitchen that wasn't listed in the square footage, you need to stop and ask, was this permitted? Unpermitted work is more common than you think, especially in older neighborhoods where homeowners did DIY upgrades or hired someone off the books to save some money. The problem with that, you could be taking on someone else's shortcut. I showed a home with what looked like a perfect garage conversion. Mini split, beautiful flooring, nice finishes, but when we pulled the permit history, nothing had been filed. The seller admitted it was a friend of a friend's job from years ago. And because it wasn't permitted, the lender wasn't going to count that square footage in the appraisal. That's a big deal. It affects your finances, insurance, resale value, and in some cases, the city can require you to tear it out or bring it up to code. It's not a deal breaker every time, but you need to know what you're buying. If you can't verify the work was permitted and inspected, build in time during your option period to dig into it. It's better to ask now than pay later. Now for the question of the day. For those of you that are considering moving to Austin, where are you moving from, and why are you moving from the area where you live now? I'm truly curious, so leave a comment below and let me know. And better yet, email, text me, or call me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. My information should pop up on the screen. And number 5 on my list of a home that I wouldn't buy is a new construction in oversaturated communities. New construction can be so tempting. Everything is new, it's move-in ready, and let's be honest, it feels good to walk into a model home and it's so easy to picture your life there. But sometimes what looks like a great deal up front can create problems later on, especially in neighborhoods where builders have overbuilt. I had a client looking just outside of Austin. It was a community with beautiful homes. There were awesome trails around, great schools nearby, you name it. But I checked the numbers. There were more than 70 plus homes on the market in that one subdivision alone, and they've been sitting for quite a while. That's not the kind of situation you want to walk into as a buyer, or especially as a future seller. The truth is, when you are one of several hundred identical homes, it can be really hard to stand out. Resale becomes a challenge, especially if you're up against builder incentives or when interest rate goes up and demand cools. So yes, buy the new home if it makes sense for you. But don't skip the research. Have your agent check inventory levels and absorption rate. And if it feels like you're stepping into a crowded market, you probably are. It just means you have to be a little more strategic with your purchase. And I promised a last one that was a bonus tip from me, and that is talking about multi-level homes and aging in place. This last one is a little more personal, but I think it's something many buyers need to consider, especially if you plan on staying in your home for a while, or if you have aging parents who are going to be visiting or possibly living with you. Multi-level homes can be beautiful, and they often offer a lot of space, but stairs become a challenge over time. As a caregiver to my dad, I've seen just how quickly a home or even a routine can become complicated. When I bought my car, I actually had to think about him. It couldn't be too high or too low. I needed something that he could slide into comfortably because I'm the one taking him to all of his doctor appointments. And that same kind of thing applies to homes. The layout, the stairs, the doorways. Those things matter when mobility becomes a concern. So if you're thinking long-term, whether it be for yourself or for someone that you love, consider how your home will work for you in the years ahead. You don't need something labeled senior friendly. You just need something simple, smart, and accessible. It can make life so much easier later on. If you're thinking about buying a home in Austin, I hope this gave you some things to keep in mind before you dive in. Every property has pros and cons. It's just about knowing what to look for, what questions to ask, and what works best for your life now and down the road. If you have questions about a specific home, want to talk through what you're looking for, or need help navigating the market, feel free to reach out. And don't forget to grab my free relocation guide if you're planning a move to Austin. It's packed with helpful information to help get you started. And if you're watching from outside of Austin and need a great realtor in your area, feel free to reach out to me. I'm always happy to help connect you to someone I trust. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe and share it with anyone who you know is house hunting in Austin. And I will see you on the next video.